Hey everyone, hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to another video. So this was my workout from Sunday, and apologize if you hear the creaking in the background. My chair does make lots of noise, but I did a lot of no foot work. So I started with some muscle snatches, which is something I've added in to several sessions now, and for future ones as well. It's a nice warm up, and it's a movement that's just good to do. Helps practice the movement, and it's just basically a dynamic stretch. Later in the week, I added muscle snatches with an overhead squat, which is probably a better warm-up, but what I don't usually do with the muscle snatches, I usually just do them without. When I do muscle snatches, I do them no hook, no contact, typically. Sometimes I'll have straps on with them if my hands have some sort of open callus or something wrong with it, but on this day, nothing really wrong. Muscle snatches are usually not too crazy. I've only been trying to really go up to about 80. I think I had a session last week where I tried to push a little bit above that. I don't really think there's much need to really push beyond 80 until it's super easy, and it never really will be too easy unless I get a lot stronger, but 80 is good enough for now because it's not really the focus of my workouts. I can get up to that number. I think 92 is my best, so it's a pretty high percentage, but it's like a press leg movement. You can get to a pretty high percentage and not be taxed with it. After the muscle snatches, did the no foot snatches, I was able to get up to 120. I missed it the first time forward and then made it on the second one. I forget exactly what happened on the first one. I think it was just early extension. So I took a pretty big jump from 102 to 120. But the second one was definitely difficult, but I was able to get it. There was a rep. If you do follow me on Instagram, you can kind of see the more real-time lifts that I do. Since whenever I post to Instagram, it's usually that night or the previous day. With YouTube, it's a little bit more delayed just because there's more work into editing the various clips and doing the voiceovers and all that good stuff when I tend to do that. I don't think I did a voiceover in the last video, so I did need a break from that, mostly just get caught up in editing. Thankfully my voice and everything is all good from that illness I had the other week. I'm all past that, although I do kind of get a cough every once in a while, and that is been kind of hanging around, but nothing that's really too consistent, more so just randomly, but thankfully none of the issues with being sick. But as this week is progressing, or as it started, I should say, since this was the Sunday session, I have all my days messed up. I'm like one day ahead in my brain for some reason. I thought this session was Monday, and then I thought the previous session was Sunday. I even thought tonight is trash night. I thought the trash night was last night, like the trash had been taken when I woke up this morning, and it wasn't all day, so I was confused and being an idiot in general in that regard. But it's always good to kind of go into reverse with days extended, thinking that it's a day behind when it's not. It's not really a good feeling when you go the other direction. When it's Tuesday, I woke up thinking it was Wednesday, and that's not a good feeling when you realize you're only at Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day happens to be. And it's been happening the last couple of days. I don't really know what that's about. Just kind of random mental funk that I've been in. But anywho, back to the lifting. So with the no foot cleans, I worked up to 125. I actually tried to power that 125, which is one of the reasons why the clean looked more difficult than it otherwise would have been. No foot cleans are kind of awkward in general, but I think I've gotten up to like 143 with a no foot clean. I might have even gone all the way up to like 150 for just the clean. But if I did do the 150, that was over a year ago at this point. But like no foot cleans are kind of awkward and difficult, but 125 isn't. When I try to power it there, it makes it look more difficult. That's why I was double bouncing, just because I was a little bit forward because of the attempt to power. And then the push jerk was kind of ugly. And that was kind of the other thing that I added in. And the last thing I wanted to kind of talk about in this video were the push jerks. Because in this video, just see some bodybuilding stuff that I added into this workout. But with my thought that push presses were benefiting my jerk, I figured the natural extension to doing a push press would be a push jerk. And the difference between a push jerk and a power jerk is simply you're doing a power jerk still, but you're not moving your feet. So I guess you could call it like a no foot power jerk, but it's kind of like if you see like Lu Jun doing like a full squat jerk, it's that essentially. It's the same movement. I just obviously not going to go all the way down because I value living and not dropping the barbell directly onto the top of my head. Actually, that wouldn't really happen. I would just immediately throw it forward because my body just does not move in that way. But push jerks are nice because it kind of allows you to push a little bit beyond what you can push press. The push press is often limited by what you can extend or fully lock out with your triceps. So it does have its benefits, but I do kind of want to add those in as well. So I can kind of not just kind of get stuck on the push presses at whatever weight I happen to get at, which is usually, between 120 and 125, and be able to push hopefully a little bit above that. The 125 was really ugly, but I haven't done the movement very much, and I have a feeling that as I get the better technique with it, it will start to feel a little bit better, and I'll be able to move up that way with it, and hopefully, ideally I would like to get to 140 with it, but at least now if I can get to like 130, 135 with it, when I'm doing workouts like this that are a bit lighter, then I'll be good. But that's it for this video. I know I kind of went all over the place, but that's life. So I'm going to end this one here. Talk to you all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.